remember one day we were at an event, and it was during the budget battle because it was the first year that he was chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, and Senator Bob Dole was giving the number of the switchboard, and we were all looking at the television like, no, please, because we knew the flood would come in. But it's as simple as making a phone call, and more importantly, it's as simple as writing a letter, because a letter is a lot more different than just a phone call, because they'll take your name and number down, and you'll be part of that, and they'll say thank you for your call, but express your views. So, do you think, I guess, which is, an even question that I've even heard colleagues say is, if we can do something about it, okay, and all collectively it adds up, does that mean that we could do something effective?
Are you interviewing?
Yeah.
I can have you up here. Can you do it somewhere down in that area? We'll be happy to go downstairs.
Okay, let's wrap it up with this question.
We'll just wrap it up with this question.
Yeah. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to the question. Which is, if we all collectively do something, does that mean that we really can make a difference and make a change, and hopefully slow down the effects of what is coming down the pipe?
Within the environmental community, we've been talking for decades about the need to save the planet. But as I think about it, the planet's probably going to be around for a long time. But the question is, will civilization be around? And what we're faced with now is the need to save civilization itself. And as these various environmental threats begin to build, including the pressures associated with climate change, then we've got to respond to that. We have to do it quickly. The problem is we don't have much time.
Okay. Well, we don't either. So thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the movie, and we'll keep on working together. Do what you got to do.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I wanted to do this movie, which I think is really the first thing that comes to my mind, because it's like, you did such a great thing. And what was it?
In 2004, where I grew up in Florida, got slammed by 2 hurricanes within a 10-day period and really devastated the place. I think that's pretty much when I kind of started really looking into this and analyzing this, because it personally affected people that I knew, and I just started researching climate change and really came up with saw the human face of climate change, and that's pretty much where it all started. So.
Okay. And what made you, I guess it seemed to me like a lot of the clips were that it's a documentary, but it also is an education piece, because it seemed like there was an education that we could do something about it. But I wondered what your thoughts were about what's going on in the world.
There's if you look at civilization, there's an intersection that's taking place right now with overpopulation, overconsumption, lack of resources, and a changing climate, regardless of what's making the climate change. It's all colliding together. What's happening with that collision is mass global migration. Now, people have always migrated, and the weather has kind of always changed to some degree, but we live in a world now where there's no more really available real estate, and there's all these borders, and you have tens of millions of climate refugees now beginning to cross borders, and they're creating conflicts.
And we're seeing increases in that day out, and now with Haiti. I mean, I think that I was saying before, there's still people out there, which blows my mind, that think that this is all there's nothing wrong. And
Well, it's very convenient. It's very convenient not to have to. A lot of people live their daily lives without addressing issues that are challenging them on a daily basis, and this is a huge issue. I mean, and there should be science on both sides of this that are really analyzing and looking at it. But at the end of the day, you know, the world is going green, and it's a question of whether America is really going to go green or not. I mean, I spoke with some folks in China that, you know, nothing would make them happier from the green revolution and from the industry standpoint of America sitting on their hands for the next 5 or 10 years and not doing anything, because then they would control, you know, the economics of the green revolution.
You know, that's funny, and I have to do this just so you're aware. Kind of have to do this. That one of the companies that I was blessed to have bring me here was A Lot to Say, which is a clothing line, and the bottom line was they're made in the USA, 100% recycled plastic bottles, clothing, and made in the USA, 60% less energy, but they're made here, you know, and my new one is, which I think I will, as I'm helping to educate, to get the cause going so that people go in the United States can go green, is Drill Baby Drill for geothermal energy.
Very nice.
I have a friend of mine who's a sponsor also, he's a geothermal guy, J-Egg, Egg Geothermal. But more importantly, the epiphany came to me one day when I was working to secure a book deal for him from McGraw Hill. And when it happened, I said, I was watching Sarah Palin. And I was listening to an old show, and I said, you know, Drill Baby Drill for geothermal. You think they're, you know, even the CFL, the LED, the insulation, the littlest thing, you think that everybody can do something about it, really? And I, you know, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm a filmmaker, you know, and to get down to what fixes this and what, you know, what's the best method to fix it, I mean, I think you should refer to people like Lester Brown and stuff like that. I mean, he's written some pretty amazing books on really the solution to this aspect. And, I mean, I kind of look at it this way, that we actually better pray that man is causing this. Because if we're not, how do we fix it? You know, I mean, that's something that no one's really ever kind of looked at. The Mayans got wiped out by massive droughts, highly civilized civilization. You know, if this is a climatic cycle that we're going through that is affecting all this destruction and migration that I documented, and it's caused by a climate cycle, nothing would be more frightening.